What's going on, everybody? Simple back at it like I'm checking my height. Today we are checking out part 2 of 4 of A Night at the Rijksmuseum. Make sure you guys check out our documentaries. Go show them some support over there if you guys enjoy this. If you have a request, Google form is down in the description below. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sneeze, so if I do, don't be alarmed. Let's go.
Richard Wright, who's taken a motif from de
See, I told
Kuyper's
you.
original design for the library, a star, and turned it into this
Oh, yeah.
bedazzling op-art
I remember
creation.
this
Best
now.
experience.
And there was a problem where they had shut down the bike tunnel through the museum. I just remembered that. Ooh, I hope we find out
Lying in your
about that
back. I
now.
think you're allowed to lie on your back in here.
I love that display, though. It's infinity and beyond, apparently.
Now, it's not just the museum that's been receiving a makeover. Some of the world's most famous paintings have been getting some pretty special treatment too. When the galleries of the Rijksmuseum are finally open to the public, the whole place will be seething. But while they've been closed, they've taken the opportunity to do some truly innovative research into some of their most precious pictures. I feel like a child who's been
Can't remember what that
sort of
painting's
allowed
called, but
free
I
run
know
in
I've
a
seen
toy
that
shop.
before.
That's just amazing to see a naked Rembrandt. And you're
Yes,
actually looking, you're
yes,
not even looking at
yes.
the skin, you're looking beneath the skin of the Rembrandt, right?
What do you mean?
When I ambushed them, they
What does
were in
that
the
mean?
middle of X-raying Rembrandt's 1662 portrait of the Drapers Guild. And their examination reveals, fascinatingly, how he struggled with the composition, especially when it came to placing the servant. Basically, this gentleman there,
What?
the only one without the hat, what you're saying is that Rembrandt was thinking, where am I going to put him?
Right.
And where did he start off, do you think?
Well, we think he might have started out on the right
Oh
because it's
my God. Yo, you know what's so crazy about that? Oh my God, that's so cool. This could literally blow up an entire new art form if it hasn't already. Imagine painting ghosts into paintings, because that's essentially what this man did. He painted ghosts into his painting that you can only see through X-ray machines. That is so crazy. But how can you see, why can you still see the faces if the paint was wet? Or did he let the paint dry, not like it painted over it? And it looks like a lot of the tops of the hats aren't completed for that reason, possibly. Oh my
actually
gosh.
almost a finished head, right? And he ended up here, and we can see if we look at the head of the man in the center that the head is actually a lot taller.
Personally, I'm going to tell you, I like the one standing between the two guys. That's the one that strikes me. And I feel like the guy on the far right should have stayed.
And he ended up here, and we can see if we look at the head of the man in the center that the head is actually a lot taller than it is today. So we probably moved him here, and then said, let's top off the head, make it a bit smaller, and put him there. Yeah.
Sometimes X-rays of paintings are really boring because they just show you the painting that's underneath in sketch form. But this is a really top X-ray. But Tim, what's going on over here?
That is so
Over here
cool.
we have a 3D scanner. What we're doing is we're scanning this entire painting. This is the Jewish Bride by Rembrandt.
I know.
And we're scanning it with a resolution of 10 micrometers. This is a 3D scanner. We have two cameras in a stereo setup, and it triangulates each point on the surface of the painting. And we can get a lot of points from this painting, and from that we can create a three-dimensional map of the painting, of the depth. So in this painting he painted with not only thick brush strokes, but also probably put just pieces of dry paint on it.
With his hands.
Correct. And if we scale up the Z resolution, so the depth resolution a bit, we can make renders that look like this. This has been exaggerated 50 times, and you could see the plasters of paint all over here. You can see a squiggle here.
that's amazing.
You can see drabs of
Oh
paint
my
going
God.
It's like Arizona.
Yeah.
It's like the painted desert.
What?
That looks so
Or
cool.
maybe like Mars.
I've never seen it up close on a brush stroke before. That is so cool.
This is the most amazing thing. This really says something about the health of the painting, right? 3 global cracks running along the painting, a lot of small cracks in between.
Could you do me a big favor? Because as it happens, like Van Gogh, who was obsessed by this painting, used to stand in front of it for hours at a time and said it's the most infinitely sympathetic picture. He was obsessed by that yellow buttery sleeve.
Yeah.
He was completely hypnotized by it. And when you look at a Van Gogh sunflower, I think he's...
If you want to look at a Van Gogh sunflower, I have one here as well. Actually, yeah.
Who's this guy? I'm going to take you back to England with me.
Here it comes.
Oh my God.
That's a Van Gogh sunflower.
That's a Van Gogh sunflower. You can really see it's younger.
Look at that.
And you can really see
Stop
the
it there, stop it, stop
drabs
it.
of paint.
Look at that. That is amazing. I mean, what I love about the way that Van Gogh did the sunflowers is that he uses paint not just as a representational medium, but as
It's almost a sculpture.
Yeah.
No, but really.
Give me 5.
There we
I
go.
agree, absolutely.
You can see he pointed his brush in there. You can see the hairs running along. It's a bit different.
Every painting through Tim's new lens becomes like a planet.
Yeah.
But take me back to the Jewish Bride.
Right.
To me, that's like you've got a helicopter and you're flying over the painting, and the painting turns into a landscape. That's just fantastic.
That
And
is
what
amazing.
An anarchist Rembrandt was.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he put the paint on there with? He could have painted that with his nose. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Wow. That's one of the best things I've seen. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
At your service.
Great.
He wanted to hug him.
Wow.
He wanted to hug him. You should have hugged him, bro. I would have hugged him. Just opened up a whole new world of art.
So if you want to see the main draw, the star attraction, look, over here, is the Night Watch. Holland's most iconic painting. It's not just the most important painting in Holland. This is a true national treasure, wonderfully raucous expression of the Dutch national character. Here they are, the burger class, in all their drunken splendor. But look at the size of this picture. It's 16 foot by 12.
That's crazy.
Getting it into place was almost as big a job as finishing
Oh my God,
the
I'm gonna sneeze again, I
reconstruction
knew
of the museum.
Oh, did I just skip the video? Because I touched it?
Foot by 12. Getting it into place was almost as big a job as finishing the reconstruction of the museum.
Falling through the ceiling on me.
Completed in 1642, the Night Watch is Rembrandt's most famous work. Far too popular to keep away from public view. So while the main building was being restored, it was always on display in a smaller wing of the museum.
All right, I'm going to blow my nose. I'm going to turn my
And
camera
when
on
it was
mute,
time
though.
for it to move back home, it caused quite a stir. I think it's wonderful. The Night Watch on a crane, 30 foot above the ground. Everybody here going like, don't drop it.
Sorry.
I think
Hairs
this
everywhere.
is more than slightly
cat.
surreal. The painting is hugely symbolic for the people of Holland in all sorts of ways. Most famous artist, Rembrandt. It's an image of, supposedly, civic solidarity. So it stands for the nation, in a way. It's coming through a triumphal arch. It's a nice touch. Ah, it's terribly close to the top of that arch. It's like a football match. They're cheering the painting. There are kids over there. There's thousands of people here. Woo!
Now, I would instantly think that it would be top heavy, but there must be a lot of weight on the base of that thing to keep the center of gravity. It's like, what do you do if you hit a small bump or something?
What a fantastic way to mark the opening of the Rijksmuseum.
This is so cool. It's like a little parade.
Can you imagine the French? Can you imagine the French rolling the Mona Lisa through the streets? Only in Holland would this happen. I think it's superb.
We're Dutch. I mean, this national treasure belongs really to everybody. And yeah, it took just a very short distance to bring it from the other building to this building. And yes, we have a crate. And yes, it's on the street. And yes, the sun was shining and everybody was there.
It's fantastic.
So we made it a kind of ceremony, a procession almost.
That's really cool.
I think the fascinating thing about the night watch is that in France, the Louvre, its icon is the Mona Lisa, an Italian painting. But for the Rijksmuseum, what makes the Rijksmuseum so special is that it has this national character. It's very much interwoven with the night watch, with the Dutch identity. And complex as that identity is, people kind of still feel this is our national icon. And that's also why there's so much excitement when it's being moved.
The picture's so big, so fragile, so precious that they actually cut a slot into the 19th century brickwork to allow it to be lifted safely.
Wow.
At the high altar of this cathedral of art that Kuipers had constructed, there's the night watch. But what does the night watch show? The most important painting of the Netherlands is not a king, it's not a queen, it's not Christ on the cross, no, it's burghers. And they are pharmacists, merchants, and lawyers.
Goes to show.
Talk about pride of place. Pride of place. Everything in the museum has been moved around, changed around. Every single work of art is not to be found where it once was, except for this one, the Night Watch. Now, one of the things that's totally unique about the Rijksmuseum, as a national museum of art, it's the only one in the world that was constructed entirely around one picture, this picture. The room itself proclaims Rembrandt's genius, tells the story in its inscription of his life, and at the center is this picture, which I suppose,
hanging right under his
to a
name.
Dutchman, it's almost a talisman, it's a touchstone, it's a symbol of national identity. So wonderful artist, Rembrandt. He is the Shakespeare of painting. Like Shakespeare, he breaks all the rules, and what bubbles through the surface of his canvases is just this profound, unruly, raucous sense of humanity. He is the painter.
I feel like Norman Rockwell was the American version of this. He's kind of been renowned as being able to capture that wholesome American feeling through all of his paintings and pictures that he did. I wonder if he studied him.
Of human beings.
I wonder if Rockwell studied a lot of
Shakespeare
Rembrandt.
is the writer of human beings. That's what you get. What is it that makes a painting live forever in people's heart and soul?
Meaning?
I think one of the most important things is mystery. It's mystery. If you understand it, it's
But not
kind of
fully.
dead. And this picture is intensely mysterious. It was the word Van Gogh used about Rembrandt. He is mysterious, so mysterious that he seems to use paint to say things for which we have no words. And at the heart of the painting, for me it's the heart, there is this really enigmatic detail. A little girl lit by that shaft of Rembrandt light. But she has the face of his wife, Saskia, who died in the same year that this picture was delivered.
Oh my God.
Was this the last time he painted Saskia from the life? But if so, why did he attach her face to the body of a little girl? What's going on? We don't know.
Immortalized.
I suspect that this is some kind of Rembrandtian tribute to her memory, but
Staying
in the
young
absence
forever.
of the man himself, we'll never know what it really means. When you think about the Rijksmuseum, I mean, it's a museum not just of Dutch art, but also of Dutch history, is it not? And is it important to you that, the people of Holland can come here and, in effect, walk through their own past?
Yeah, history and art go hand in hand, and that's exactly what we want. We have this sense of time and sense of beauty, And we have, if you walk through the galleries, with on every floor a century of Dutch art, culture, history, from the Middle Ages to Mondrian. So you walk into a gallery and you see a ship model or a gun, and next to that a beautiful painting.
Wow. Wow. I can't wait to go to this place.
Now.
So here you're blown away by this
You're
gigantic...
blown away, yeah. It's rather a sort of forbidding
This
opening
is-
to a
yeah.
gallery.
This is really the time of the Dutch fighting the Spanish, and one of the...
How many items are
can
there?
only imagine how
in
much that
the
cannon
whole
weighs.
collection of the
Well,
Rijksmuseum?
there are over 1 million objects. So for us it was incredibly difficult to choose exactly the objects that would tell the story of Dutch art and history. And it was a lengthy process.
This is- I think, personally, I think this is the ugliest painting in the whole of the Rijksmuseum. For me, it's just...
I think it's more than ugly, it's horrific. I mean, it's one
So,
of those...
out of the 1 million things that are owned by the museum, how many are able to be displayed at one time here?
8,000 we chose. And it had a motto where we said less is more. So we really chose objects that we think show the culture, are beautiful works of art, and give you a sense of time and a sense of beauty.
They are masterpieces, aren't they?
This also is fantastic.
Yeah, you could say that.
Is this going to be covered with glass or not?
No.
No, because that's one of the things I've noticed. There's a lot of the paintings you've kept naked, I call it. You know, they're not got glass
Yeah,
on.
we feel that's you have to be able to appreciate them in that way, and also here.
Now, what is that? Does that affect the preservation of it at all? I mean, probably not, right? It's been exposed to the elements for this many years.
You have to be able to stand face in face with the works of art.
Wow. Man, I hate that these end so soon. All right, let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comments below. If you haven't yet, make sure you go check out Highly Combustible. He's apparently on the Rijksmuseum tour as well. I don't know if it'll tell us when this one went up. No, it won't. Definitely make sure you go check that out as well. Show my boy Highly some love. Yeah, let me know where to go from here in the Google form. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive. I'll see you on round 3.